for a 67% win rate after playing this map 30 times in the past 3 months, but Mr. does strike first. Quickly traded by Quez. Glaive goes down again as Quez. That is a damning double entry.
Super nice from him there. I said if he could keep on that form he was on a Mirage, this could be very nice for Trickton. Well, he's already spoken loudly there, and the retake is going to try and be attempted, but look at Astralis, all separated. One heaven, one main, one lobby, and seemingly they might get picked off one by one because look at them, their post plants are strong, they're standing still, and they're just going to pick them off. There, blamef down, dev1ce is going to get forced away, gooshed, and simultaneously both the players die. Tricked 10 in a row pretty much, and that was against the likes of Copenhagen Flames and FaZe. So not bad results. And now, well, this is the gun round. This is where Astralis are looking to prove themselves.
And dev1ce looks to prove himself early, but Lucky instantly shuts him down. A powerful shot from the big green rattles out, and with that, it will be the 5 versus 3 ensuing. Trick, plenty of advantages here, have encompassed all of Astralis onto just the A bomb site, and Iceberg catches wind of Glaive's shoulder. With that, the IGL cut on down to 61, surges through the vents as he gambles towards the lower site. It's not going to matter too much. Quez with the bump. Has free range of movement. It would take a wild push and a frag from blamef here. In fact, no, hold on a minute. Mister's just gone up the ladder. This potentially complicates things. As blamef is now tucked into a corner and the bomb's been dropped in lobby. blamef needed a double, though. It's going to be a tough 2v4 for Astralis if they're still willing to go for anything here.
Did he need a double? I'm honestly not too sure if he has. Mister scares me. He's walking out with his knife out. Will switch to the rifle. Doesn't kill Nodio straight away. Will then tap him in the head. He has revealed Trick of his position. And you can see the instant smoke towards hut and the flash towards door. He's trying to support Glaive to come up that vent. Lucky will not be able to support his 2 teammates just now as he in towards Mini, but look at these post plants from Trick. They're beautiful. You got Prime towards lobby, and Iceberg is going to drop a Molotov onto bomb late from heaven. There is no smoke to extinguish that, and Prime, he will reveal himself at the perfect time. Mister is holding.
Really cause too many more problems. I mean, blamef does have an Emperor when S picked up. In fact, I say picked up. Did he invest into that?
Yeah. It seems like he did. He bought down to 600. I'm not sure. Is that him? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, we can talk about that afterwards, because right now they have a 2-man stack towards Secret, Astralis do, and they have dev1ce and Garage, a very heavy presence towards that kind of side of the map. And I was supposed to be careful. The IGL, he's more of the lurker of Tricked. You saw him especially on Mirage a lot, almost filling the shoes of blamef and not having the same amount of success. Here, he is going to just maneuver himself towards Garage, where dev1ce will just find his head. blamef now, this A1S could really be used properly, and that's the first kill. They walk into his crosshair, can't get any more, and you were talking about him having the multi-frag last round. I think maybe there he had to as well, because it's a 2 versus 3. They're not going to be quick. They won't expect Glaive so close, and that's the 5-7, ringing off a headshot. Lucky, we were talking about his revenge arc. This would be some 1v3 to claim.
Well, Lucky can isolate the first jaunt to Mister, but it's an even more laboured spray than we saw prior. dev1ce now closing in on his position, knows exactly where Lucky is, and I don't think he's long for this world. The flash is good, but dev1ce is faster, and Astralis will finally put their first round onto the board, and with that bomb being stuck, despite it having to be a full 10-second stick, it's no problem to Astralis. Fantastic frag from Glaive there on the 5-7, sneaking up towards the window position, and blamef even more so, opening the round and finding a critical second kill towards the ramp on the off angle, as dev1ce himself, as much as it's not the hardest frag in the world, had to be a landed shot. Yeah. And with that, a very
closed doors for Tricked, and blamef has had a good start to this game, 6-5 already, having his presence very firmly in NUKE, and well, right there. Lurk against Lurk, IGL against Star Player, and Tricked will be on a deficit in this second gun round.
I mean, we were talking about blamef last time that Astralis came onto NUKE. He dropped, what, 40 kills in a single overtime? He is the man to look out for on this side of Tricked. He is such a heavy lifter. I mean, when Vertigo was still in the map pool, I think blamef dropped near 50 kills and they lost in double overtime because the rest of the team just weren't up to the task of keeping up with him. Config was having an off day at the time as well. And as much as there is no more Config, Mister has been filling in quite nicely. That's that final piece of the puzzle. Blame F, though, he's feeling led into further T-sided players. Prime goes down, and that's massive. The nade as well. Huge onto Lucky. That's brutal damage from Blame F, and Glade should have a freebie here, but can't quite find the frag.
It's information, though, because he knows that one has gone down, and Lucky's been tagged as well a little bit. Zipeg's holding the angle. Should be able to get at least the first, and yeah, with Quez just jumping around, Lucky will trade him, and Nodius actually outside has got 2. Lucky just can't die here, and he will. dev1ce will quell him. 1 versus 2 for the 4K, and Nodius is nowhere near. No kit for dev1ce, so he went off the stick it, and Nodius, he's just calling it. He doesn't anticipate dev1ce not have a kit, for instance, and he won't even go for that attempt. Astralis, they do win a second round here, 2 in a row. The bomb goes down for Tricked, and their money, however, isn't looking too great. And this is a prime example here of aggressive lurking from Blame F, getting up in their face, getting in a weird position on that CT side.
Without ever having to reveal themselves is already massive for this T side.
It's one of those things where it's massive, but they got to actually do something off it. And here, they are going to fake some outside presence because his dev1ce is rotated from ramp down towards all the way secret. So he's got all this information that is then allowing the rest of Astralis to stay on inner. That Molotov on top of Hut will force Glaive out, a little bit of damage, but the Molotov on door will actually just temporarily halt them. Lucky at ramp is going to try go aggressive, and he will get punished. In the meantime, it is just a slaughterhouse for Astralis until now potentially the trades go in favor of Tricked. Spam through Mini will actually find Iceberg, and Quez with 4 bullets will just take a USP to the head, and Astralis
alive long enough for his teammates to reposition, and with that, Glade seals the deal. Lovely bit of salt in the wound as he one-taps with a USP. Now Trick, they pick up the pace a bit here, and Blame F, oh, he loves it. He can finally start doing what he does best and dealing with eco frags as he actually gets Quez through the wall there. dev1ce is a missed orb shot, but Blame F doesn't give a damn. Nodius cannot escape the grasps of the Eco Hunter. As Blame F does take a bit of damage himself on that one. Falls back in towards A main. I'm going to calm down a bit now. It is, of course, just an Eco round.
But it's just, I
was having fun with Blame F, man. Yeah. I was having fun.
I'm just smiling to myself. It's like that statistic I just kind of randomly threw out at the beginning. Like, it's actually ridiculous how true it is. It's like, I think, so to reiterate for anyone that wasn't here, so in a game, Blame F's average eco frags is 1.81. That doesn't seem too high until you look at the player that's below him. So he's the highest, period. The player below, this is tier 1. The player below him is Apex, who's got a 1.32, I think, can test dev1ce.
Yeah, Blame F staying alive is big for the economy, and dev1ce catching that early kill is disastrous for Tricked. Blame F as well, continuing to be a nuisance towards outside. Now has Zipex pushing up ramp instead of him. And Nodius, oh, he's so aware of this, but the shadow is showing through the smoke. Iceberg does deal a killing blow on ramp, though, and that will allow him full reign towards Hell. As he continues to surge forward, he's hunting down the potential positioning of Blame F, but he's not going to give up anything just yet. The one thing going for Tricked here is they have a bit of an Astralis sandwich on their hands, but they can't afford to overestimate their position, as Astralis still have this man advantage, but for how much longer as Blame F? How the hell does he win that frag?
That is unbelievable, and I want to break this round down later after this round because Astralis, they've played this perfectly. In every single instance, this has gone so well, and it's just Quez and Lucky now in a 2 versus 3. The bomb is going to get picked up by Lucky there with Quez leading the charge. I was hyping him up on Mirage because he necessarily wasn't, the highest rated player, but his impact, I feel like, was absolutely monumental with winning a lot of the rounds single-handedly. And the B bomb site has actually been, at this moment, just let go. dev1ce is going to rotate back in and hold ramp from control. With that AWP, it's going to get smoked off, and they're going to jump into him, but he fires a random shot, and as he does that, Lucky charges through. 2 versus 3 now. The bomb will get planted, and Mister is here, close, opens the door towards single, throws a Molotov to add to the confusion.
Towards the top of Silo with them. No, he does minimal damage. Astralis, and Blame F especially, look to do maximum.
Yeah, just looking at that last round there, you see that Glaive actually got boosted up on top of defaults on top of Hut towards Heaven because they had a lack of rotations with dev1ce going down and being forced down. So really nice reaction there from Astralis overall. Blame F taking space as well. But for now, this round exactly the same. You can see how locked Astralis actually have on NUKE.
successful than it was, because it deserved it. But then they had the problem of what, that AWPer going home, everything fell apart. Config literally got to pieces, breaking his hand as dev1ce breaks a couple of bones outside here. Only also a quick trade, though, means we're back into the 4v4 as dev1ce is switching things up with blamef here. It's interesting. I like it, especially if blamef can catch a couple of frags from Garage. They're trying to tricked into thinking that there won't be anyone else out here due to that positioning switch. But regardless of what's going on towards outside, presence has been given up fully by the T's, and NUKE, as he continues to lurk on the roof, will likely be setting up utility for a bit of an execute here.
Molotov maybe a little bit too early from xyp9x. That smoke is good because it just blocks off the momentum from Tricked. In the meantime, what that allows is Mister to push a little bit more secret, get information, allows players to have the understanding that it is going to be the A bomb site that is their target, and glaive with the spray down drops the bomb, and xyp9x to get the other two from Hut.
Taking a T. dev1ce looks to stir the pot towards outside, but nobody's presenting themselves just yet. Iceberg might walk into his crosshairs, but it's not a said and done deal. Nade is going to hit Iceberg from... Was that his own teammate? No, it wasn't. Ignore me.
It was from
Regardless, though, blamef does go down.
Yeah, well, he's continuing on this reactionary play of playing outside, going in towards Africa there. It doesn't matter, though, because he does get caught off guard. Iceberg, the IGL, taking matters into his own hand here and just going, you know what? Let's go kill them all. Nodios as well. Lovely pick towards xyp9x on ramp. Tricked opening up this round very successfully, and it's now how cleanly can they do it? And it looks like very cleanly. Tricked. 5 versus 1 right now. Almost hunting for glaive. Prime going down that vent, gets mollied in the process, and glaive towards control. Will get spotted out very shortly, I would assume, and all we see is Prime's head. And he does just slip the net. What happens
for a
here
knife
now?
here? No, okay, yeah. Glaive's just hunting. He doesn't want to allow any spiraling of economy. My goodness, the timing is unreal. Can we play some Benny Hill music on this as Prime? Oh, he looks right back at the correct, even closer. Wants his first shot opportunity for Quez, as actually spins the corner. Down goes Nodios. He's back for more. Looking for seconds. He dives in, and Lucky dies down 6 feet under. Now in a 5 versus 2. This is looking immaculate for Astralis. Look at the aggression of xyp9x. There's no hiding from them as they hunt you down. But Iceberg, well, it looked like it could have been quite a rewarding hunt if his teammates hadn't all died within the space of about 4 seconds. But from heaven, he may strike, but in a 1v5, it's just not going to be a possibility.
Well, Tom, dev1ce strikes once again. xyp9x, I'll give him 2 kills there, you know? I'll give him that first kill. He got the nade on Prime, and he forced Prime to suicide, basically, as he's coming off silo. And that will be Astralis 8-5. Continuing back in their lead, furthering the scoreline, winning the half outright here. And this game started 4-0 for Tricked on that T side. They lost against...
Especially on a map with so many close corners. Maps that your reaction times are really, really tested on. But yeah, holding ramp with an AWP, definitely one of the better positions to be working on. It really just sets you up for one avenue of fragging as an AWP. But blamef will not have players avenued into his crosshairs this time, as Quez catches glaive very early doors. As that Molotov goes on down, the B bomb site is completely in control of Tricked. I say that, but as xyp9x will now notice there is 4 players on this bomb site. Yeah, he's going to bide his time before he pushes in alone. Does a tiny bit of chip damage towards Quez there, but that is great post-plant util by Tricked, keeping these CTs at bay for a very long stretch of time. But Nodios, that is rough timing. blamef now comes down to join his team, but the problem is it is a 4-man ramp retake, Brennan.
This is very dangerous. They're being funneled with that smoke that's on the right side. It does now expire, and Primes will do the same towards control. blamef might get caught off guard. He does. Prime gets the kill, but it's quickly traded out. 2 versus 2. Lucky just about connects the spray, and dev1ce is trying to hunt down Lucky, but he's being bamboozled with the Glock and all the pistols. Everyone is shooting, and dev1ce, I think, is going to die. He doesn't survive here, and Quez, he survives, and he wins the round for
free and a 10% deposit bonus when you play with our partners. But glaive playing with fire will take Quez down early. dev1ce finds a second. Iceberg falls, and into another 5v3 we go here.
They're just going to force their way towards ramp. Zip is here. Will just drop that nade, doesn't do any damage and falls back. He does have a smoke as well that he can use to prevent them going any further. BlameF holding a very deep angle will not get tested, and Zip, very much like what Trick did to them last round, it's going to throw that smoke to funnel them out. Fully blind. dev1ce is there to cover him. dev1ce with the deagles.
Use code CCT with our partners over at Hellcase. 70 cent for free and a 10% deposit bonus when you play with our partners. But Glaive, playing with fire, will take Quest down early. dev1ce finds a second. Iceberg falls. And into another 5v3 we go here.
They're just going to force their way towards ramp. Zip is here. Will just drop that nade, doesn't do any damage and falls back. He does have a smoke as well that he can use to prevent them going any further. BlameF holding a very deep angle will not get tested, and Zip, very much like what Trick did to them last round, it's going to throw that smoke to funnel them out. Fully blind. dev1ce is there to cover him. dev1ce with the deagles. Spam goes away, and he will secure 4 kills in this round. I was just saying when he was 8-7 in the scoreline that we haven't seen his true potential just yet on NUKE, and bam, he shows it there in the last round and a half. A kill outside. Talking about BlameF's proactiveness, dev1ce has been everywhere. I feel like every single round he's in it.
The Tricked now looked to deny Astralis presence towards A, but the Molotovs rain on in, and utility, what Astralis are ever so well known for, is not going to do much as Prime Lucky Quest Nodios. That is insane. That is a piss round finish in about 10 seconds.
That there on the just on the last round before, I was like, oh god, he's literally got 3 kills. But 30 seconds left. Astralis, they are running down the clock quite a bit. It seems like ramp will be their point of attack. Quez has been left here, and that's the reason why Prime's been able to go down towards the B bomb site. Quez is boosted. Ooh, he's going aggressive, and dev1ce will catch him out. dev1ce gets 2. Mister, you called upon him. There he is. Jules Prime at range, and a very clean and simply easy round for Astralis. BlameF is lurking as well. Might even catch off some of the players, especially Nodius as he's in towards outside. And that'll be double digits for Astralis. First round the board on this T side.
Yeah, they just played that one super well. Tricked to completely outpositioned, outgunned. And as that timer ticks away, Nodios and Iceberg do look like they will be able to save. Especially Iceberg. That position is a nightmare to even look for. But Blame hasn't quite given up on the hunt just yet. Takes a bit of damage. I've no idea where he takes that damage from. Is that full damage? I think it might well have been. But yeah, after taking a bit of full damage, edges his way back towards ramp. Saves over that rifle. Finally a 10th on the board for Astralis as they are again first.
Yep, I rate it.
I mean, Glaive, I don't quite know how he's been afforded this much territory. Just no one's even spotted him yet. And BlameF, that's lovely. Down goes the first 2, finally traded out by the pistol of Lucky. So that rifle has been re-retrieved and is still going to be a nuisance in this one, as Lucky does fully reposition. But Astralis, they do have all of lower sight still, and Glaive, if he feels like it, could push towards ramp. But Zipex pushes out a Squeaky, and this is still a very winnable round for Tricked here. That was such an unnecessary walkout, especially without trade potential as dev1ce. He's just sitting comfortably at the back of Squeaky here, and Lucky, he chooses to walk around this corner. It could well be an advantage spun very quickly back into Astralis' favour, but Glaive has finally been spotted and cowers against the pistol of Prime there, missing out on a very easily afforded opportunity.
I like the rotation from Prime here to come up towards A and actually support Lucky. They have no information right now, Trick. That's the only problem. They don't really know if they've gone down vent or not, and I think they've heard the sound cues. They haven't. Now they know that they will. They could have got a frag there, but it's all down to Nodius. 1 versus 3 on this bomb site. Time is low. He whiffs the spray, but he will land it. 8 bullets left. The Molotov at his feet. 10 seconds now. The bomb shall be retrieved. 2 versus 2, and the rotations are not close enough to deny this bomb. Lucky leading the charge with A1S, and Glaive will nail him in the head. A1S has been picked up by Lucky. Oh, sorry.
Head dev1ce damaged up by a Molotov in towards the ramp room. Quez will chuck a smoke to delay, and he pushes towards that position further. And Astralis, they bunch up towards lobby as they reevaluate their angle of attack in round number 20.
Big round for Trek. This could be the either beginning of attempt of a 3rd map or the end of this series. It's only 12-8, but I think it has like a lot more knock-on effects if you get 13, momentum, all that jazz. And now, these outside smokes have been really good at negating, especially Prime and Lucky. The first time I did it just negates Lucky's position. This time, Prime, he hears nothing as well. And that's almost more dangerous than hearing anything. So, like, we have no idea if anyone's down or not. But Tricks, they are just firmly staying here. They've got 2 players on the A. Oh, sorry, no, Iceberg's down. I didn't even notice that. Iceberg is down and holding all of that. He sees nothing, and with 45 seconds left, the execute is looking to be primed over towards this A bomb site, Tom.
Yeah, they throw in a couple of flashes, but don't push immediately off the back of it to try and keep Trick guessing here. And Tricks very much are still guessing, and Flame catches the first. Huge double from Nodios. Oh my goodness, dev1ce, how does he get away with that onto Iceberg? Somehow that's a quick scope, as Prime is now locked off by smokes. Astralis probably shouldn't have been given as much of a chance in this round as they were, especially off the back of Nodios' 2K, but Zipex, that trade was absolutely crucial, and dev1ce, purely in the nature of staying alive, has netted Astralis a 12th here as Tricked. It just gets so messy. It's hard to really comprehend what just happened on the bomb site there, but I do like the way that Astralis keep Tricked very, very nervous, very tentative about the fact a push is actually coming on in. There's those 2 flashbangs. Well, they cause a lot of confusion.
Confusion, but it doesn't matter. You can see that Astralis, they actually don't throw a single flashbang on their execute, and that's the reason why I think it was Quez just died straight away, because he was waiting for that flashbang, kind of tucking and turning, playing anti, and it never comes. Nice from Astralis. They only keep 1 player alive. They do take down 1 with them, which overall is actually fine. Nodius doubles up here, and
it's so messy, man.
Just confusion.
You 2 are elite doors, though. Blame F. Oh, can he get another Rico frag? Instead, it's dev1ce entry onto Quez.
Yeah, it's looking like actually a pretty good round. Not as scary as some of Tricked.
Oh my goodness.
When Tricked were playing against the lower buys, it sometimes got a little bit scary. And here, even wow, nice shot actually. That was really good on Lucky. Glaive, nice little readjustment. And it is Mr. Prime, Mr. Matthias, all by himself. 13 rounds Astralis will have. 3 away from closing out NUKE. 3 away from closing out the series. And 3 away from, well, dev1ce having such an...
They've got quite a bit of presence over here with their util. Bomb is in tow as well. Prime may well be called upon, but Lucky can be the kingpinning.
Gonna have to be.
Yeah, down towards Secret. Are they even going to aggress this now? Lucky could be spurned into a peak. He's biding his time. He's trying to be patient here. I have no idea what Astralis are trying to do. Oh, but regardless, that's a stunner of a headshot.
Well, they're just trying to fake out outside presence, and unsuspectingly, Prime just reveals themselves from that smoke, so it all kind of gets neglected a little bit. And Quez, he's going to have 4 or 3 players rounding down towards ramp. Jiggles, they spot him, and they land a shot to the cranium. Prime is here alongside Iceberg. This is the final frontier for Tricks. They have to hold strong, and strong they will be. Mr. with the bomb, finally coming alive. Mr. What, 3 kills now into a 1 versus 1 against Nodius. We said he had quite a disappointing performance so far in this map, and this is definitely a time to step up. I was not expecting him to get either of those kills, and he's repositioned perfectly. I don't think Nodius would expect this, Tom.
I mean, he was watching behind at least temporarily, but with this late of a flank coming in, he's definitely not going to expect it. Nodios still looking the wrong way as Mr. edges further forward. It's all down to the timing here. And Mr. Oh my goodness, with 1 HP! 1 HP at the end of it, he does it regardless. An amazing clutch from the young gun. And that is why he is on this roster. He fills in fantastically into the tougher positions. And occasionally, you'll get something like that straight out of him. That is ridiculous repositioning. I'm going to count that as a 1 versus 3.
Experience. Mr. finally comes alive in this map, and he's going to spur his team onto victory unless Nodius is signed to stay about
Oh my God!
Don't be serious. No. 3 bullets left in this Deagle, and he has to do everything, but sadly, he'll be left on a pedestal, and there's nothing more that can be done in this round. Astralis claim 15, and dev1ce's comeback will be held in glory. Unless Lucky, whose revenge arc, might have something to say about it. And no, I keep on getting excited and it keeps on being closed down.
Yeah, the scout, if it landed that first kill, maybe had something to say, but Prime is removed. And with that, Astralis survive another onslaught as they hedge on to 15. Now, looking at the economy on both sides, Trick do have money to invest in, but that is just brutal from Glaive to start things off. That is the second impeccable 2K that Nodios has found from the back. But it's just not been enough,
This could be
especially up against Astralis. I agree, this could well be it. But Nodios again, he's going to miss out on that third frag. That's so unfortunate. One more bullet required. The A1S nerf has absolutely stuffed him there as Quez does fire back on one cylinder. Zipex takes damage, but still such an advantage for Astralis here. Trick, they would need to pull off a miracle round.
Lucky's literally in vent. Lucky has to somehow make his way up through vent amidst all this chaos. The other two players retaking from heaven. This would be some ask. And dev1ce, I didn't even notice. He was flanking outside. Lucky's been spotted. Lucky's been eliminated.